Hello and welcome to another episode of the Father Support Network. Today is a very beautiful day. It's quite sunny. The bit cold. It looks like the dawn of spring. Spring looks like spring is finally here. And I just want to talk about a very important topic, and this is based on one of the stories, a very sad story, sad event that one of the attendees in our first father's mental health and well-being session that we had last week, where we had a man in his early 60s or just turned 60, describe a situation that it's quite pathetic. So I was just gonna base this week's session on that. Is it too late? I think that's the question. Is it too late to mend relationship between a father and a daughter? Maybe a father and a, but in this case, a father and a daughter. But it's also applicable to a father and a son. When the father hasn't physically been in the life of a child, and now the child is grown. In this case, the child is over 30, so about 35 years old, and they've turned to become a parent themselves, and they've got kids, and this father don't have a relationship, but the father is estranged not only from his daughters, estranged as well from his grandchildren. It is a sad situation. And before I answer that question, I think I want to talk to those that have young kids at the moment and are going through separations or going through divorce, and maybe going through difficult separations where maybe the significant other, the mother, is making it difficult for them to see their children, and they're thinking of giving up. They're thinking of just going to make another family, or just give up on that. I want to say reconsider, because it is, you need to look beyond temporary relief or temporary pain and look at things in a very holistic way. Look at it in the long term. There is a long-term benefit, and I think sometimes we sacrifice interim peace, interim, whatever it is, for long-term bliss and long-term relationship. That is your seed. I say to people, it don't matter how a child is made, whether you're in love with a mom, whether a relationship is broken up, that child is your seed. That child is your blood. You can't let go of that child. And no matter what, so in the situation, the man, kudos to him, admitted to living a certain life, in his younger years, that made him at some point unavailable to be in the child's life. But then again, he told immediately up by buying the child expensive stuff, and that's another thing I say about child maintenance. Some fathers feel like, I'm paying child maintenance, that is it. I can only become maybe bitter, or they become, I can understand when it looks like you're being compelled to do that. You just feel like, I'm paying that. Nah, you need to be physically involved in a child's life. If anything, if you don't want to pay your demand, then you need to spend time. You need to go for shared custody and be involved in a child's life. It's very, very important to be involved in a child's life. We are a product of our childhood, no matter how grown we are. A daughter, a child, no matter how they become another, they will be yearning for their parents. I'm telling you, you always yearn for your parent. You always feel. So like I said to the man, that girl might be an adult, 35, without a family, but I'm telling you, she is still a child in her. She's that little child that is waiting for her dad. She's that little child that is waiting for her dad to take her to the dance, class, to take her to school, to pick her up from school, pick her in the car, put her on his lap, or buy her ice cream, play with her in the, teach her how to ride her first bike. You can't. There is no way. There is just no way you can replace that with money or expensive gifts. No way. But then again, as in a situation where there was no relationship, can you mend it? Can you repair it? Can you ever? I don't want to sound pessimistic. It is. I've seen situations where parents and children that have been estranged have come together and, settle their differences, but you can tell. And then again, some children may don't turn against the other parent that had them, usually the mom. Maybe they feel like, oh, you've lied to me, you caused all of that. But I've also seen where even when that relationship is repaired and they're in a place, you can't get the substance of what you get. The substance of what you get. I saw somewhere in it was quite shocking on there. I think he's an athlete. I don't know, it's a black athlete that was saying he's forgiven the dad. I wasn't sure the dad was in his life. I can't remember the athlete's name now. The dad wasn't in his life. It was the mom. And he said, I could buy a house for my mom, but I can't buy a house for my dad. But he said, I can buy him clothes, I can take him to eat, and that's just from his good deal. Which I feel like is sad. I think it's sad. I have an elderly neighbor that's been going through, in and out of hospital. He's by himself. And I remember when I moved in, he's told me he's got 4 kids, but I've been here for years. I've never seen the kids come. I don't know. I'm not gonna assume, but I'm just saying. I don't know. It is important to be involved in your child's life, no matter what it takes. No matter what it takes. But every means possible. You need to establish your presence in your child's life. It's not just even for you, even for the child. It gives them confidence. You can't blame the child. Sometimes I was listening to him and say, oh, this girl is just like the mom. Yes, it's just like the mom. It's obvious. The mom raised the child. The mom raised her. And the mom had 100% of her imprint there. You didn't have that. And that's what I say is the battle for the soul of a child. And I remember in my situation, I remember when I separated from my ex, and my daughter was very young. And even family member, not from a malicious angle, but, from them just thinking, if this is going to consume you, if this is going to make you abandon your ambition, or if this is going to make you derail from your pathway. And they're like, leave the child, she's still young, she's with the mom. But I thank God that I understood that now, no matter what I achieve in life, career-wise, money, no matter the material gain that I have, my children, your seed, that is your biggest gain. So that is your biggest investment, your biggest gain. So if you're not involved in your child's life to guide them, to give them direction and have your impact in their life, give them guidance, there's nothing, I'm afraid there's nothing you can really do when they're grown. When a child is grown, well, you can raise an adult. You could try, but I'm not sure you can raise an adult. You could raise a child. So can you mend it, to answer the question? Yes, you can. You can have some sort of relationship. You could repair it. But when they say that train has, or that ship has sailed, there are some things that you can't just, you just don't have that bond. There is a special bond that the child, child again. You just can't have it. But I'm not saying you can have a good relationship if, when you've been estranged. Some people, it's not even their fault. They've gone to prison for. Some people have just due to some kind of unfortunate circumstance been estranged from their children, which is not entirely their fault. So you can have some level of like I said to the man, I said, you know, you need to meet halfway. You need to compromise. When you're coming, you can't come. The man said, ask him, what do you want? And he said he wanted respect from the child, but the child he didn't feel like the child respected him. And so I say you have to come more and say, I feel like the child wanted money. And I've seen some personal relationship, not me, but someone very close, where his adult child that's they've just recently gained renewed, you know, some kind of contact, and you know, she wanted money, she wanted material stuff. But then again, they see it as they want to use that to make up for the lost times. So I say meet halfway. You need to meet halfway. I'm not going to encourage a behavior where, you know, because you've been estranged, the child sees you as some ATM or sees you as, you know. But you need to compromise in a way. And know you have to do some making up. There's some making up to do. So you have to meet halfway. They ask you for 500. You might say, okay, I'll give you 250, and spend time and try to let them see you for who you are, rather than seeing you now as a means to an end. But by and large, it's the time. It's the time. Time is of the essence. So those that have the opportunity right now that have young kids and are going through separations, going through difficult times of relationship, I would advise you to stay in your kid's life by any means possible. What are we chasing? Chasing work, chasing money now. At the end of the day, you get to a point where all that matters is family. So if you've been fortunate to have a child, fortunate to bring a child into this world, I would say do your possible best to be in the child's life. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'll see you next time. For now, stay blessed.